While many people might know the Phoenix Force from Jean Grey, there are a lot of people who have wielded the Phoenix Force within Marvel Comics, and a few of them are getting skins in Marvel Rivals. Some of them aren't actually canon to the comics, but a lot of them are. Welcome back to Geek, where we cover everything from Marvel to DC to video games and everything in between. We try to have a little bit of everything for everybody. I'm Stella, and today I'm going to talk through a couple of the past wielders of the Phoenix Force outside of Jean Grey, and the ones that have skins in Marvel Rivals. Before we jump into the who, let's talk about the why. Who is the Phoenix Force in the first place? The Phoenix Force is one of the oldest known cosmic entities, said to predate darkness and the universe. The Phoenix Force is an immortal, indestructible, and mutable manifestation of the prime universal force of life. It is the nexus of all psionic energy, which does, has, and ever will exist in all realities of the multiverse. Born of the void between states of being. Considered to be the spark that ignites creation and flame that consumes it, the Phoenix perpetuates the cycle of life, birth, and death. The Phoenix is notoriously known in just mythology for dying and from the ashes rising like a phoenix. Its power is usually channeled through the hosts that the Phoenix bonds with, notably the mutant telepath Jean Grey, whom the Phoenix has particularly strong connection with, and if corrupted, the Phoenix becomes the Dark Phoenix. The Phoenix Force was called back to Earth when it felt the mind of a human transcend the physical realm, a mind that resonated with the Phoenix's energy, and that was Jean Grey. A young Jean Grey had telepathically linked her mind to her dying friend Annie Richardson to keep Annie's soul from moving to the afterlife. In doing so, Jean's mind was being dragged along to the other side with Annie. Phoenix lent its energy to break the connection and kept close watch on young Jean, as it felt a kinship with her. Years later, when Jean was dying on a space shuttle, her mind called out for help, and the Phoenix Force answered and saved her. The Phoenix Force responded to Jean's anguish and telepathic calls for help as she was dying aboard the space shuttle. It appeared before her, shaping its form and consciousness after Jean's own. The Phoenix Force told her that she was dying, but that, by taking the Phoenix hand, she would gain her heart's desire. What Jean most wanted was to save the lives of the X-Men and herself, and Jean held onto the Phoenix Force's arm and fell into a coma-like state. Simultaneously, the Phoenix Force fully took on the form, memories, and personality of Jean Grey by absorbing a portion of her consciousness. The Phoenix Force then used its powers to ensure the survival of the X-Men in their return to Earth and crash landing in Jamaica Bay off of New York City. It was also responsible for casting Jean into the coma-like state and placing her within a cocoon which rested for years at the bottom of the bay, allowing her injuries to heal completely. Thus, the Phoenix Force fulfilled its pledge to Jean. The Phoenix Force, which had created a duplicate body of Jean and absorbed a piece of Jean's consciousness, acted in her place while Jean's body lay in suspended animation in the bay. And while she was doing all this, she actually joined the X-Men as a member of the X-Men as Jean Grey. One of the first people to ever wield the Phoenix Force, as far as we know as Marvel's lore. And if you have played Marvel Rivals, you would recognize this name from one of the lines that they have talking to each other, is FIREHAIR. She was a psychic mutant baby abandoned by her tribe at the burnt place. She was first saved and raised by a pack of wolves for 10 years before living with a group of mutants called the Tribe Without Fear, who helped her understand her psychic powers. However, when a fierce battle broke out between them and her birth tribe, everyone but FIREHAIR perished. She returned to the burnt place expecting to die, but instead met the Phoenix Force, the entity that scorched the area in the first place. Sensing her power and rage, the entity merged with the young girl. Managing to assert some control, the mutant held back Phoenix's desire to burn the entire planet, and instead decided to use her newfound power to help the planet. To that end, she joined forces with Odin of Asgard, as well as the Asgardians, as well as Agamotto, Iron Fist Von Fey, Black Panther, Ghost Rider, and more. Together they faced Celestials, Mephisto, and Lady Phoenix always showed herself to be a compassionate warrior as well as a lover to Odin. So And it's kind of been a is she not hinted thing that FIREHAIR might be Thor's mom instead of Gaia, but it is Gaia as far as canon goes right now. But it was like a maybe thing for a little bit. So sometimes you'll hear in passing that FIREHAIR is Thor's mother, or that Thor is the son of the Phoenix Force. Because in all actuality, while she was romantically involved with Odin, FIREHAIR rejected him after his callous reaction to Black Panther's death. When Odin later tried to force her to marry him, FIREHAIR left Earth never to return, which is a valid reaction. Surviving their allies by thousands of years, FIREHAIR served as Gaia's midwife through Thor's birth. When the newborn Thor was assassinated by Laufey, FIREHAIR resurrected him and imbued him with the Phoenix Force. So then Gaia did declare her Thor's second mother because of the resurrection. So not born from FIREHAIR, but reborn from FIREHAIR. After the Phoenix Force was split by Iron Man, it possessed Cyclops, Emma Frost, Namor, Colossus, and Magic. These X-Men, known as the Phoenix Five, used their immense power to bring about a global paradise. Marvel Rival has both Namor and Emma from this in the actual game now as skins, and it is from Avengers vs. X-Men number 5, which came out in 2012. As the Phoenix Five, they work to bring back Pax Utopia by growing food, banning war, and destroying weapons. As they became more erratic, the Avengers were joined by the X-Men to try to stop them. The X-Men and Avengers soon discovered that the Phoenix Five were far more vulnerable apart than together, so Namor was the first one to fall. After he tried to finish the Avengers off against Cyclops' will, he was defeated by the combined forces of all of the Avengers present in Wakanda, but his power was redistributed to the other four. After Spider-Man talked with Magic and Colossus into taking each other out, that left Cyclops and Emma Frost as the final Phoenix Five standing. When confronted by the joint might of both teams and Professor Xavier, Cyclops decided to overpower Emma and steal her part of the energy, which caused him to become the Dark Phoenix, again being the corrupted version of the Phoenix Force. At this new level, Cyclops easily overpowered everyone. That is until Hope Summers and the Scarlet Witch worked together to eject the Phoenix Force. It then bonded with Hope, who helped stop the destruction caused by the Five, and then, with more aid from Wanda Maximoff, expelled the Force, using the same powers to make more mutants. Another Marvel Rival skin and another wielder of the Phoenix Force is Wolverine. In Thor Volume 5, which came out in June of 2018, King Loki completely wipes out humankind to make his brother Thor suffer. During the attack, the Phoenix perished, but it eventually returned to life. And one day, it made Logan into its new host. Millennia later, as the Phoenix, Logan ambushed and confronted King Thor. While Logan attempted to kill Thor for bringing back the Earth, the Phoenix Force ultimately stopped him. Recalling the time when it had been a part of FIREHEART and was into his dad, it transferred itself into Mjolnir, letting Logan die, and bonded to Thor, giving him the power to kill Doom after a battle that lasted 99 years. When Thor emerged victorious, the Phoenix Force left him and bonded a red-headed human girl, speaking through her to warn everyone of the true darkness that was coming to kill them all. And while they are adding more skins that are not in the comics, like the Bucky that is technically a bird but also a symbiote, I believe. I have not looked into it yet. But I know that they were saying something about it being like the Phoenix or did make the mask and the symbiote didn't, so he looks like a bird. But there are a couple that are like new Phoenix skins because they have the symbiote ones as like the parallel to it. The ones that are from the comics are really, really cool. And I do love that Thor run. It was one of the first ones I read when I got into comics. So I'm excited to see some of these skins in the game. But if there are skins in the game that are from the comics that or if you just have a question if it is a in-comic one or not, leave a comment down below and maybe we'll make a video about it. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe and hit that bell notification to know when we post more videos like this. And I will see you guys next time. Stay geeky. Bye bye.